tab. So what we start, how we started with, we had two tables. One is product and other is sales. So the product table kept the information what is the product ID and what was the price and what was the cost of it. And the sales table was for each of the transaction, what the product was bought, and then we created what is the market basket for each of the transaction. Let's see, for example, for transaction number 3, these all products were bought together. Then we calculated sales, and we calculated the cost of each product and the margin. So once we did that, then we created a new table, a custom table, in which we had all the distinct market basket. And then we created few measures like total sales, total cost, to calculate the cost and sales for each of the market basket. Okay. So before doing that, we also made a connection between the 3 files. The first 2 files which we got and the third file which we created. The connections are here. So the first connection was product and sales table. We matched them based on product ID. Then it was on sales table and market basket table, and we matched them on the market basket ID. So once we had this connection, then we used our what we call measures to create the certain calculations. So once we were done with all calculations, and we created all the measures which we wanted. So we also created a measure table just to contain all the measures in it, so that when we need to find, we can find them easily. Okay, so we were going on building this visualization. So I think we made these two slider and this chart. Am I right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we are only left with this chart. Okay, so let's let me just go back with this, and if anyone have to complete, we can complete together. So this was chart within product ID and the sales. And in the tooltip, I have given margin percentage as well. So when you hover over it, you will see the tooltip as well. So how we get it? We first chose this clustered column chart. Yeah, you can just choose custom color chart, and then you just choose product ID, sales, use category. So it will give you all the categories. Once we are here, we just need to we go to data color and use this FX function. We'll use margin percentage. The color still is divergent, and we can give our color. So let's say I can give you a custom value that if it's less than 0.6, if it's highest value, we'll find it somewhat like that. Let's see. Okay. So we'll have this color combination. Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Okay, so we are done with this one, and now we need to build this market basket profitability. So for this, we will be using the scalar chart. So once you click on the scalar chart, this will appear. We are going to use market basket, margin percentage, and scale and average transaction value. Okay, let's try this. You just choose the scalar chart. first thing was market basket. So market basket. Okay. So then in x-axis we'll just pull the margin, and y-axis will pull the sales, and size will be the average transaction value. In two different transactions. Got this wall, so we can just start resize it. And to color them, we can do the same. To get all the colors, we'll do the same function we use to go to a color. Use our measure as margin percentage, diverging, and use our colors. Everyone till here?
Sir, can you just show this fields in the scatter plot?
Yeah, sure. For the scatter plot, we'll use in market basket in the details. So we'll have all these boxes. For the x-axis, we'll use the average of margin. That's the column which you created.
So market basket is the complete table itself, is it? Oh, okay.
There's a column in market basket table, which we name as market basket. The first column of the table. We pull that in details.
Okay.
Then you pull margin percentage in the x-axis and total sales in the y-axis. So when you do that, it will give you an error message that visualization is not working, something of that kind.
Okay.
So you have to just click on that downward arrow in the on the right side of the name and choose average. So once you do that, you will get that.
Margin percentage, then total sales. Okay.
And make both of them as average. And for the size of the this circle, you can use the total average sales value.
Average transaction value, is it? Okay.
Yeah, average transaction. So just pull transaction value and turn that also to average.
Okay. Basket into details. Okay, right. Got it. So we are basically using all the columns, right?
Yeah, all the custom columns which we created, we are using in this visualization.
Not the measures that we created.
No, not the measures. We are using measure only to color graded. So you can see this color graded. So okay, once you have reached here, then you just click on the brush icon, format icon.
Okay.
Go to data color.
Right.
So there's a default color and there's a FX icon beside it.
Right. Yes.
Just click on that FX icon. Now it will give you a dialog box giving format by color scales based on field. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So based on field, use our measure as margin percentage. So we are using measure here because for what measure will do, for each and every point, it will go, it will check, and then it will color it.
Okay.
If you use a column, it has a predefined value and it won't check. So that's why for color grading, we are using measure.
Understood. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
So yeah. So once we have reached here, so just check one thing. So if we click of any on the product, so let's say if I click on 15, is your market basket getting filtered out?
Let me just see. Yeah, just click on 15. No, it's not getting filtered out.
For everyone? Okay. So this one thing, so this for the relationship. So right now what the relationship is in a way that there's only one-way relation between these two files, market basket file and the product file. Because this product IDs we are getting from product file and market basket is different file. So that's the reason even if you click on product, there's no direct relation and it's giving you this issue. So what we'll do, we'll go to this relation model column and go to manage relationship.
Okay.
Okay, so we have sales and market basket relationship. Just click on edit. So you will be having cross filtered as only single. Am I right?
Just a second. Now it's loading. Sales basket relationship. Edit. Yes, single.
Yeah, make it both.
Okay.
And similarly for the sales and product as well. Done with both?
Yes.
Okay, now let me explain you what was happening. So right now you can see our sales table is at the top, market basket at the bottom, and we are seeing many to one relationships.
Okay.
Okay, and the cross filter action was single. So what it was doing, if you click on sales, market basket would get filtered, but not the other way around.
Okay.
So if you select anything on market basket, the sales table won't get filtered. Okay, and if the similar thing was here as well. So if you click on the sales table, the product table will get filtered, but not the other way around. And our requirement in the dashboard was we are clicking on the product and we want the market basket to get filtered. So for that, we need a relation that once you click on product, the sales table gets filtered, then the market basket will get filtered. That's why we made a both-way relationship.
Okay.
So now if you go back and click on any of the product, you can see it will get filtered.
Yes, sir. It's getting filtered.
Yeah, so that was where the relationships are used in Power BI. So the first user relationship was for the measure that as we saw. So if the two files didn't have any relation, the measure won't work. For any measure to work between two different files, those files should have a relation between them. And the other was filtering. So based on the selection filter or API of these filter, if those files doesn't have any relation, even the slicer won't work. So for that as well, we need to create a relation with it. Mostly people tend to keep it single because that keeps less load on the file. But sometimes we need to make it both way just to make proper visualization. So, any doubt in this?
All good from my side, sir.
If you want any recap, you can do that, or you can just close the session. Okay, I'm just closing it. So just want to show. So now we click it both ways. So you can see if I click on this, even this is getting filtered. And if you don't want this action, so there's one more command in Power BI. So if you just click on this visualization and then go to format, there's an option of edit interaction. Okay. So you can see there's two icons, filter and stop, none. So let's say if you want anything, like if I click on this, you don't want this this bar graph to be changed. So you just click on the none part and just click on edit interaction again. So now if I click on this, nothing would happen to this graph. So you can control through this measure. Okay, so that's all from my side. If you have any question, let me know.
Swap, how you got the scale on x-axis and y-axis in scatter plot? I mean the controlling scale.
Okay, yeah, so if you just click on this visualization and go here, so there's a zoom slider option. So if I just click it off, the scale will go away.
Okay.
So zoom slider helps you to just rearrange your axis. Let's say if you want to only see from 50 to 100 or 250, this zoom slider will help you in visualizing that graph.
Understood.